Hello everyone and welcome to our mindfulness showcase where we celebrate the best educators and schools and pupils who have been practicing our Breathe project this year. I'm joined with Simon. Hi Simon.
Hello.
Do you want to tell us a bit about our project and what we've been doing?
Yes, so the Breathe project we created in September last year, or released in September last year, and we were very pleased to be able to work with Headspace on this. Who were very kind in providing their support and some media and links and such like, so that we had a backing of research and a solid foundation to build this project on, because we felt it was really important for children to develop the skills of understanding themselves and their emotions, and how to process those things, and I think there's a lot of talk in the media and in sort of current culture about how important those things are to develop, and sort of healthy minds. We've seen a lot of that in the last year, so that's been the focus of this project and the focus of many schools and children who have learned to be mindful and to meditate through it.
And I think it's come at a good time as well. So we, bringing this project and giving children the tools in order to deal with difficult circumstances. Really important, particularly in the lockdown and with the pandemic. There's a lot of stress and worry. Yeah. So to be able to use these tools to help you focus and help you keep working and attaining and to deal with your emotions and those processes and be resilient is really important. At the start of a lot of the projects, some of the children of some of these classes that we look at were mindfulness deniers. That's what some of the teachers have used that phrase. But at the end of it,
I don't need to sit and think about my emotions. I'm fine.
Yeah. Oh, this is dumb. This is for hippies. Yeah. That's what I've heard from a few of the children doing this project. We're not hippies, but it's not about putting on a straw hat and making trousers out of hemp and sitting in a field. Always.
Well, that does sound fun.
Yeah. It's about understanding yourself and taking a moment to breathe, hence why we called it Breathe, to actually slow down and reflect on yourself. And some of the activities that we've put in this with Headspace give the children an opportunity to have done this. Should we get watching?
Yeah, let's go.
Hi everyone, welcome.
Hi.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us. Would you like to tell us who you are and what kind of projects you've been doing?
So I'm head of computing at Rosendale, and I met you quite a few months ago now, and I was really impressed with the Spark Video app and also about the project. And we were actually looking for a way of making little films a little bit more easily than using iMovie before. And I know Mr. Hurley has used iMovie before, and we really fell in love with Spark Video. So on that basis, we started the project really, and I'd used it in year one before with my children, making little short videos about Black History Month. And then after that, we decided to start doing the Breathe project. So that's kind of where I came in. And then I introduced you to the year four classes who then took on the project.
What did you like, Agnes, about doing the Breathe project and this Take a Stand, making the videos? Remember we had the lessons before, so we didn't go straight in and make a video, did we?
Yeah, we wrote down all the paragraphs that we were going to say, but in the actual video we did it in groups and we sort of mixed up our sentences.
What was your video about?
One was about mindfulness and another was a letter to Coca-Cola about to use less single-use plastic bottles.
Fantastic. Shall we watch some of those now?
Yes, let's watch them.
Let's watch it. Take it away.
What is mindfulness?
Are you always angry?
Breathe and relax while you're in the mood. And close your eyes when you're ready.
We all have busy lives and often neglect our mind and allow it to have a short break.
Are you addicted to TV and electronics?
Mind Mindfulness is a way to ignore the television and come back to the real world.
By practicing mindfulness, it helps us avoid being annoyed and stressed. We have to try and ignore the telly, and mindfulness helps.
Before you begin, switch off any electronics that might disturb you.
Get in a comfortable position, cross your legs and close your eyes.
Relax, close your eyes and find a comfortable position.
When you are fully relaxed and calm, listen to your breathing.
When you feel ready, close your eyes and breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. It's okay to let your mind wander, but try to empty it. Stay calm and try not to be stressed.
It's important to meditate. We should meditate to help us calm down at the end of the day. Meditating can help you sleep better after a stressful day.
Tell me a little bit about making those in your class. How did you take that on, sir?
Once they'd written their paragraphs and their sort of thing, as Agnes said, they then got into groups and they kind of started editing each other's work and then producing one final script, saying, "Oh, I really like that bit from this one and this bit from this bit," and then making the final videos, which were great.
Why do you think teachers, it's important to think about environmentalism and mental health in the primary classroom? Is there a particular personal viewpoint on that? Or?
Well, I think the environment is super important because at the end of the day, Agnes and Myrtle, they are our future. If we're not teaching them how to look after our planet, we're kind of not in a good state of mind. And also the mindfulness, I think today, the world we live in, we just need to find sometimes a time to switch off and just to relax and forget about all the pressures of work, exams, schooling, all the pressures that we have from the outside world. And that was the great thing about the mindfulness project. It was about just coming up with technology, stepping back, closing the door, finding a nice calm space, just to be relaxed. And actually, we have carried on a few times, haven't we, a bit of mindfulness in the classroom since doing the project.
Yeah, I think actually in this present, what's happening in the world at the moment, it's quite interesting that kids have been using computing, IT quite a lot. But there's been a lot of mindfulness going on. So they're actually looking at the technology in order to give themselves a chance to calm down. And so it's worked out really positive. In fact, I'm sure Miss Hurley, you'll agree, those two projects are something that's probably quite close to our hearts in school. Have you
shared the videos in any other ways, like in assemblies or online? And you've seen some of your parents talk about how great some of the stuff is that you've made?
We put the videos on the blog, girls, didn't we? Yeah, we put them on the class blog and they've been seen. I think I agree with Mr. Ellis about the software. It's just so easy to use because I've used iMovie. We used to use iMovie all the time. And it's quite fiddly, trying to cut things down and thing. Whereas this, you just hold the button, you record audio, it will stay there until you finish recording the picture. And, it's just so easy and very child-friendly, I think.
Did you find that as well, girls? Using Adobe Spark was easy and quite enjoyable? Or
Yeah. It's quite easy to press buttons. It's not like if the internet goes off, it just still works.
Yeah, it's easy and it saves all in one place, doesn't it? Which is easy.
Actually, a lot of teachers have ended up using it themselves. A lot of adults who may be a little bit nervous about using iMovie, they started making their own Spark videos. And I remember speaking to Myrtle and Agnes, actually, they might not remember, but I came around and I interviewed a few kids. And the way they spoke about it was so amazing. The way they were saying, then you did this, then you did that. And, the language that comes out of it, fantastic.
And it was really fun.
Yeah, and there you go, from the mouths of babes. It was really fun.
Thank you so much for joining us today. You've been a fantastic school, and we've absolutely loved working with you.
Sorry, I'm super excited. Look at my face.
Calla and Abby, I think the teachers are more excited than you two.
I'm super excited. I've missed you, Calla, and it's lovely to see you, Abby.
Hi, welcome to our showcase. We're really excited to have Margie Hall here with us. Tell us who you are, where you are, and also what we've been doing together.
I'm Helena St Armand. I'm a teacher at Maes Primary School.
Tell us about meditation, because you studied it a bit, didn't you, for the project, and we created a fantastic video together. But what did you learn about mindfulness in the project?
Well, we learned that mindfulness is different for all different kinds of people, and that you don't have to do much to become a mindful person. And it can be really simple things, just like taking a few deep breaths, or it can be stuff like going out into nature and looking around you and listening and all sorts of things like that.
You can do simple things like relaxing, just in like maybe just reading a book quietly or something, but you could be outside looking at the different patterns on trees, leaves.
Why does the school think it's important, teachers? Why did you decide to take on this? Because you do another program, don't you? It's MISP, isn't it? Massage in Schools program. Why did you think it's important to teach the children these skills?
Well, I think it's really important because Abigail, Carla and I and some of the children, we were involved in creating a wellbeing app for children last year with 3 other primary schools and Cardiff Met University. And a part of that was emotional wellbeing and physical wellbeing. And we started to learn, didn't we, girls, about mindfulness and interconnectivity with nature. And Abigail and Carla and the rest of the children team were absolutely fantastic. They shared the app with the staff, they've shared it with other children. And then when Miss St Armand said that there was the opportunity to work with you, as wellbeing is such an important focus for us, we just thought it was the perfect opportunity for my 2 little experts there and the rest of their group to share it with the whole of the group. And we've had a major focus on wellbeing this year, and the MISP was also a part of that. And we just tried, as a school, we believe that the children's wellbeing, they know what they need and they can help share ways to help with each other's well-being. So that's why we sort of went in the direction with your project then.
What impact does that have on the children and the community, do you find, making videos about this important content?
I think that giving children a real purpose for their writing is really important. So being able to lift it off the page and give it a real audience and make children want to write more, make children want to write more quality work as well. And so when you can combine those priorities we have for mindfulness and make it more digital, make it exciting for children, it's win-win for everybody. Everybody wants to get involved, and the teachers don't really have to work that hard to get the children enthusiastic about what they're doing. So yeah, digital has a big effect on the children's enthusiasm for writing, I think.
Well, when we're putting videos together, sometimes it can be easier for whether we're like demonstrating to younger children or larger audiences, that it's more entertaining and more like beneficial to their needs, that they can see and hear us more clearly, and it's like a more visual way of learning.
What did you think when you saw the video for the first time that we made together? What went through your head?
It was very good, and I thought that it was really amazing how we put together the video and how it worked and how everyone was involved. Even if they didn't want to be like up front doing all the stuff, they were still in there somewhere so that you could see everyone's part, and it was just averagely just a really good video.
When I saw it, I was quite proud actually that we'd actually all worked together and made a really good video that we could share with our friends and everybody.
I think, Mrs. St Armand, you'll agree with this, it will probably be one of my most memorable moments of our school year, when we were stood at the front and you were doing Miss on Me, and we looked across the hall and, you know, we had 100 or more children, and you could feel the quietness, you could feel the calm. It's going to be a special moment of my teaching career, that will be.
Yeah. And we had the opportunity to be involved as well. We weren't watching everyone else do it. We were in it. We were involved, and that was really fun. You were a really good partner.
Thank you.
Thanks for letting me background you. These girls were experts beforehand, but then the rest of year 5 and 6, MIST was maybe the only thing that they practiced beforehand as a big group. But we'd all tried out the different meditation techniques. We'd gone out and looked for shapes in clouds, and now they can use all that, and they're at home, but needing a moment of stillness more maybe than they would have realised back then when we were learning them. So it's really nice to know that we did something that wasn't just for writing, it wasn't just for education or literacy tasks. It was actually really valuable for them and their well-being.
Yeah, I think so many people will be very challenged mentally, won't they? Having been under lockdown for 3 months or more, it's a very difficult thing to process. So to have lots of tools, as you say, Miss, to help you meditate and keep on top of your mental health, that's really important. Yeah.
And I think that what was really helpful, Tim, as part of the Breathe project, you gave us resources of the daily meditation scripts to try out. And even though I've been part of the Wellbeing Project with the girls last year, mindfulness and meditating was one of the hardest things I found. And I finally found the one that worked for me was the tap one, because being completely still didn't work for me. Actually, doing the tapping did. And I think a lot of our children in our class found that as well. So I think being part of the project and all the resources you shared with us, it gave us a really good opportunity to say, these are all the options and what one works for you. And I think that's really important with well-being as well.
We're going to watch your video as well in the showcase. So I think, should we do that together now?
Oh, yes, please.
You're going to have to say, hit it.
3, 2, 1, hit it.
Hit it.
Would you like time to clear your thoughts so they stop piling up?
Just a few minutes of meditation a day can improve your mental health and help you become a mindful person.
Daily mindfulness and massage can reduce stress, help you to think about how you're feeling, and increase your attention span.
Over time, practicing mindfulness can help you become aware of noticing experiences and reacting to them.
Today we will explore meditation coupled with massage.
Miss, Massage in School program benefits you by making you feel relaxed and deal with the busy environment around you.
Today we'll be covering some different massage techniques to help you be present in the moment. Eyeglasses, Baker, hearts, bear walk, ice skating, hairdresser, cat grip and scooping.
Before you start, take some deep breaths, then focus on the flow of the air. Draw your attention to the sounds around you. Don't ignore them, accept them. What are the most distant sounds you can hear?
After a minute or so, once relaxed, you may begin. Firstly, an important rule is to ask your partner if they would like a massage. If they say yes, then you may begin. Eyeglasses. Starting in the middle of the back, draw a huge W across the whole of their back and join at the top. Repeat 3 times. After the third, squeeze their shoulders. Baker. Gently squeeze your partner's shoulders and then ask, how is the pressure? If they ask you to squeeze harder, then apply some more pressure. Hearts. With both hands, draw a heart shape across the whole back of your partner. Use your fingertips to apply pressure. Bear walk. Starting from the lower back, walk your palms up your partner's back slowly, like a bear's plodding gentle walk.
Ice skating. Run your hand either side up your partner's spine in a small, soaring motion.
Hairdresser. Move your hands to the top of your partner's head.
Then ask them if they would like it still or move in. If they ask for still, move your fingertips across the top of their head softly. If they ask for move in, use your fingertips all across their head to mess up their hair. Cat grip. Hold your partner's forehead and with the other hand put 2 fingers on the back of their neck and squeeze gently a few times. Scooping. Take your left hand and place it on top of your partner's arm. Use your other hand like a ball and carefully roll your fist down their shoulder and arm.
We started the Masters of the Digiverse project first and foremost by doing research about the pros and cons of digital technology. So we did research online, we had discussions about it, and we also had to write reports about it as well, independently first and foremost, so that we could the kids could understand the content first before we did anything creative with it. And then after that, we worked in groups so that they could come up with a script, and in groups they all came up with their own video, and then that's what we submitted to LitFilmFest.
And Ellie, what did you think when you saw the video for the first time?
Well, my first impression was that it was really good information, but also it had like a really good sense of humor as well. So like you actually kind of enjoyed the video and got the information.
Having that sense of humor as well as that informative aspect of digital technology was really impactful, and I was really impressed. I was so impressed with the effort that the kids put in. I was just absolutely blown away by it.
And well, it wasn't just you as well, was it? Because it was mentioned in Scottish Parliament, wasn't it? The video was actually they actually celebrated that you'd won the LitFilmFest competition for that month for digital safety.
I think the fact that we have the internet at our fingertips has a huge impact on the audience that we're able to reach. Like Ellie said, they had a plan. They knew what they were wanting to say because they did their research, and then they were able to articulate that message in a very clear, humorous way. But again, like I said, the fact that we have the internet right there for us as a platform, and for an audience, then we have a huge opportunity to get our message sent out.
What do you all think about mixing like writing, like literacy, with technology? Do you think there are benefits to that?
Yeah, definitely. Because you're making something not very fun for some people, with something really fun. Like I really enjoyed that topic because you're doing writing, which is like a benefit and you will need to work and stuff, and you're also mixing like acting and technology, which is really fun.
The main impact that this had personally for me is realizing that literacy needs to have a purpose, and literacy does have a purpose, but I think a lot of times as teachers we get distracted with all of the output that we need to cover and with all of the success criteria that we want to make sure that children are meeting, and they know what I'm talking about. And as teachers, yes, that's one of our goals, but I think at the end of the day, if we're giving the literacy lessons that we're teaching a purpose and a real audience, then it's going to be far more impactful on the children, because they can see the reason why they're doing it. They're not just doing a task for the sake of doing a writing task that nobody is going to see. They know who their audience is going to be. They know other people are going to see it other than their teacher. So the level of effort and the level of engagement completely shifts.
Thank you all for being part of today. I'd like to show your video in our showcase, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Let's watch it.
Silly game. No! Do you want to come and play outside? No, sorry, we're on our phones right now, but you can come back tomorrow. This happens every day. It's time to bring in the professionals! Wow, how did you get here so fast?
We sensed something was wrong.
And it looks like we got here just in time. We're going to teach you all about the pros and cons of digital technology.
That's right. In this video, you'll learn how digital technology affects your health.
And how to be safe online. You'll also learn about respect and freedom. So put those phones down and listen up.
Hi, we're here to talk about how digital technology affects your health in positive and negative ways. Technology can be good. For an example, a Fitbit can keep track of your steps and your heart rate.
Doctors use technology to keep you healthy, and X-ray machines look behind your skin to see if there's any broken bones. Now we're going to the dark side of technology. Lots of people think the internet's making you a lazy idiot because all you need to do on it is lie down while stuffing your gob with pizza. Huh?
Another reason why technology is bad for your health is because it can cause eye strain, which hurts like crazy. This is from staring at a screen for too long. You can also take breaks to avoid eye strain. Ow!
Now we'll pass you on to the digital safety crew.
Digital safety is so important because there are over 3 billion people who use the internet. There were over 80 million fake profiles in 2016. You never know who to trust online. It is very important not to put any of your passwords online or else you will likely get hacked. Frighteningly, people pretend to be other people online and steal your personal information to pretend to be you. You should also stay clear of putting personal information online. You never know what kind of weirdos will try and find you.
So keep your private information private.
Now it's time for some digital respect. Mrs. Westacott.
Ooh.
Hello, we're here to talk about digital respect. Freedom to say what they think is a privilege, but also a big responsibility.
Some people lie to spread fake news, others post inappropriate photos or thoughts.
Weird. Employers can find out about something you posted inappropriate online. It could cost you your job.
What's this?
What?
You're fired. Aww.
We can't say what we want online, but
we still need to be kind and honest.
Thank you.
In this film, we have learned about the good and the bad effects of digital technology.
How to stay safe on the internet.
And how to respect other people. And how digital technology can be bad and good for your health. We hope that you are more informed about the pros and the cons of digital technology. Bye!
That was really good, wasn't it? Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah. That was awesome. See you on the
And I think it was important for us, as it is always with our projects, that the mindfulness aspect was tied quite closely with the writing side. So it's not just about, well, that means teachers need to then clear their timetable so that they can do mindfulness, because it doesn't work like that in schools, that teachers are so strapped for time. And so we really wanted to make this something where the children could do this in their literacy lessons. So that's why we made it a kind of instruction writing and information text writing project, so that teachers could easily fit it into their time allotted for literacy.
Yeah, so they spend time developing instructions for leading a meditation, don't they?
Yeah, that's right.
And then to film it afterwards, so that the information would be, this is why mindfulness is important. Followed by let's actually go through a mindfulness meditation together. Yeah, makes good progress, doesn't it, in those genres then as well. I'm joined with some fantastic people. Do you want to tell me who you are and what we've been doing together?
We've been doing technology along with literacy as part and parcel of our everyday literacy lessons for a number of years, and I've always used it in my lessons. However, initially it was a tad contrived. It was more, I'll use literacy and I'll do I use technology and I'll do the writing around technology, which didn't really work. So with these projects from LitFilmFest, it gave a focus to the writing, and it's more impactful for the children because they write with an audience in mind, so they know how to pitch it and what tone to use, and they know what genre to use. So if you're going to do a persuasion piece, then they know how to persuade people, and they can see their impact immediately, because you can show it to an audience and they can judge their audience participation, and they can see if they've done it correctly, and if not, it's very easy to go back, rewrite it, refilm it, delete the thing that didn't work, and then start again. So it's because technology is instant.
Do you both enjoy writing for filmmaking?
Yeah, I would say most of us enjoy doing it because it's inspiring for other people that see it, and it's just this good feeling about yourself when you get to inspire people and be like a role model for something they do.
Key Stage 2 is grammar heavy, it really is. And the children have forgotten that actually writing's a creative process. And they've forgotten that it's fun and it's pleasurable to write. They're so concerned with getting in their fronted adverbials, finding a relative clause that'll drop in. Oh, can I use a metaphor here? Rather than starting off with their concept and then just writing flowing writing, and then at the end go back and do all of this.
Well, how do you see meditation helping other people through your video that you've created?
I would say it relaxes them and makes them want to keep going and keep a positive mindset at all times. And I feel that that's really important for day-to-day life, as it's something you should enjoy doing.
It was interesting to do because it can relax people, and then it can encourage them to think more positively, and then encourage them to do the things that they like and want to do.
You've covered quite a few different topics, Mrs. Groom, at Chiltern. Why do you think it's important to cover such topical issues in the classroom? Why don't we just cover just fiction or just topics that we found in comprehension books from the 1960s?
Hey, there's nothing wrong with the 60s.
Good music. I'll give it that.
Well, the children, because technology is everywhere, it's prevalent. Children go on whatever technology they have, and they see what's happening in the news, and they see what's happening in the world around them. Sometimes it can scare them, sometimes it can inspire them, and sometimes it can have this whole host of emotions. And if we can channel that, because basically these children are going to pay my pension. They are the future, and they're going to change the world. Nico and Mia, you are going to change the world, and you are the generation that's going to do something about the mess that my generation has left the world in. So with the plastic pollution topic, I think you did that in year 5. They looked at it and they debated it and they understood.
Mia and Nico, do you sometimes feel like adults talk down to you, like you won't understand certain issues in the world? Like Black Lives Matter is really big at the minute, isn't it? Have you seen what's happening in this country, in America? Do you sometimes see people not explain it because they just think you're children?
People usually avoid telling children such things as like not to worry them. But I feel like it's really important to get children involved as well, as they can help as well.
I think that people should tell children about the problems that are in the world, because if the younger they are when they know, the longer they have to make an impact to improve it. And if they grow up having a good, well, trying to influence the world in a good way, even if it's just a little thing like recycling, it could change the world if they carried on, managed to encourage more people to do it.
Well, thank you everyone for joining me today. You've all been brilliant. Thank you, Chiltern Primary.
Thank you.
Shall we watch your film now?
Yes, please.
Drawing helps you relieve stress and anxiety. It gives you time with yourself.
We are going to do a drawing exercise.
Breathe and scan your body before you start. Release yourself of all the worries you've got. Do you feel tense? Worried? No need. The following exercise will help.
Get your favourite pen or pencil and a piece of paper. Sit down comfortably and rest the end of the pen or pencil to the paper.
Think of the feeling of your pen or pencil on your fingertips. We write every day, but never think of the feeling. How does yours feel? Does it feel rough or smooth?
Do you hold your pencil gently or hard? Can you feel your pencil at your fingertips?
Let the drawing flow, don't plan it, let it go.
Make different symbols or shapes. Just experiment with the varieties. You can do zigzags or swirls, straight lines or wavy lines. Whatever you choose, draw it.
Don't draw something from somewhere or from your imagination. Draw what you feel, just follow your instincts. When you get tired or bored, change the shape. Slow down and observe. Listen to the sound of the pencil run across the page. Keep thinking about how the pen feels in your hand and keep doodling what feels right.
Whilst drawing, you need to pay attention to your thoughts. Are your thoughts helpful or critical?
What are your thoughts telling you? Are they stopping you from drawing?
You might be tempted to fight against them, but that's what makes it worse.
You might realise how negative your thoughts can be. Think your thoughts and then let them go. You'll also feel better about drawing when you stop telling yourself you are terrible. Aim to draw for 5 minutes to start with. Next time, try 10 minutes.
How do you feel now?
So next we've got Louise Atkinson here with us. She is a primary teacher and secondary governor, and she is also the city councillor for Carlisle, which is very impressive. Louise, welcome.
Thank you.
So Louise, the next video that we're going to be watching is one that your class made, and it's on the project Masters of the Digiverse. Can you tell us a bit about what happened in your classroom to bring that about?
Well, I had used some of the other projects that you guys produce, but that was, I think we'd particularly done that one. It was a couple of years ago, but we'd done it because it was Internet Safety Week. So we'd particularly picked that project for that week. And I mean, the kids just absolutely loved it. And some of the conversation and topic that came up through was absolutely excellent.
Why do you think that really grabbed their interest so much? What was it about the project that they enjoyed?
The videos to introduce everyday's sort of activities are really, really engaging. They love to see you on the screen. They had that connection as well, because the videos that you guys produce to introduce it are so kind of friendly and welcoming. They really felt like you were in the classroom with us. The filming of it as well really inspired them. It introduced a slight competitive element as well, so they were very keen to produce the best sentences on the bed, because all the way through the project we were saying, oh, you might make the final cut, it might get into the final video, so that raised what they were trying to produce. And it was just fun, just really, really, really good fun.
What changes did you see in your class's kind of attitude to writing through that project?
And I mean, this happened through the project, but it stayed with them and it remained with them. And actually, they're our current year sixes now, and I think that has stayed with them. I have seen some of the work that they've produced in other years as well. But just a real pride in what they've produced, a real sense of success as well, because it had that end product that they were able to produce. It very often I feel in primary they'll do a piece of writing, we'll take it, and we're always telling them what to improve on, and that is involved in the project. There is editing and there is improvement, but they get that end project at the end, so they really had a sense of achievement and pride in what they've produced. You can tell that they're really enthusiastic and that they've really taken on board the learning and the content as well, because it's done in a very active way. And I'll be honest, they were really a class that they're not natural performers. They weren't particularly, outgoing, but the project just drew that out of them in a beautiful way.
Oh, that's good. Do you think there's anything that makes learning about kind of digital safety in this way particularly appropriate?
It's very relevant, isn't it? They're using digital media to learn about digital safety rather than, a PowerPoint or a kind of a session that's more lectured or on paper worksheets. So it's very, very relevant for them. And it allowed them to kind of open up discussions as well. So each one within the different groups kind of came to it with a different perspective and were able to give some of their thoughts or some of their experiences that they'd had using digital media, and it was really lovely to, again, they weren't a particularly class that would collaborate and work together very well, but that was integrated into the project really well, and so it was lovely to see them sharing ideas and sharing experiences and thoughts around digital safety.
And so just finally then, Louise, I know that you, obviously as a city councillor, are very engaged with politics, and you said that you've done some of the other projects, including the Pupil Prime Minister project. What do you think, as someone who's engaged in politics yourself, what do you think projects like this can do for children in terms of getting them engaged with, pupil voice and politics themselves?
It shows them that they've got a voice and that their voice is valued and that people will listen to them. Politics and political education is obviously something that is on my mind and something that my class probably get a lot of, but it's difficult to fit into the curriculum. It's difficult when you've got everything else to fit in. So particularly the Pupil Prime Minister project allows you to teach those really important creative writing skills and sentence level work, and the grammar's all in there. So you're doing that curriculum stuff whilst teaching them about some of the wider world stuff as well. But yeah, just really giving them a sense that actually they can affect change. They are our future, you know, and that their voice is really, really important. Following on from doing that project with one class, actually I think we took 3 pupils to a climate change demonstration that was in in our city centre, and they wrote amazing speeches. So we'd done the project a month or 2 beforehand, and then this came up, and I asked if anybody would be interested, and these kids were like straight away, yeah. And they actually went away and wrote their speeches pretty much on their own, and came back, and we did a little bit of coaching with them. But they wouldn't have done that if they hadn't have done the project a couple of months earlier. And that, yeah, they were brilliant. I was so proud of them on that day. They stood on a stage in the middle of town and read their speeches about climate change. They were amazing.
Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, that's great.
I'm so proud. Yeah, it's great.
Well, thank you so much, Louise, for taking the time to join us. So what we're going to do now is we're going to watch your class in their video about Masters of the Digiverse. So thank you ever so much, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you.
Welcome to Masters of the Digiverse, brought to you by Cumwhinton School. In recent times, people find the internet far more amusing than old-fashioned board games. Some people believe that the internet can be hugely beneficial because you can text people from other sides of the world. Some internet users think that sharing online is a good thing because you can upload games, memes and music. However, the internet can be a danger because you can get hacked or scammed. For instance, if you download the wrong thing, it could be a virus.
The photos you put on Facebook and Twitter will be on forever. Also, people can steal your identity and use it in a bad way. Would you like your identity stolen?
Also, how would you like if I took a picture of you on Instagram without telling you?
Someone is asking you your personal information. Don't tell them.
No! So shall we share everything online?
Saying disrespectful things online can lead to no friends. It's not okay if you say something that you would not like because you will hurt the other person's feelings.
You're smelly.
If you say something disrespectful online, well, you can't take it back.
Don't hurt other people's feelings on the internet because you could go to jail.
Some people might not like you if you say what you want all the time.
Would you like to be made fun of?
The digital world has been a good thing for humans' health.
Because you can get robotic limbs, x-rays and defibrillators.
Hearing aids are helpful because if you can't hear properly, they will help you.
Some people need electric wheelchairs to help them move about by themselves. There are scanning machines that scan inside your body, for example, an X-ray, an ultrasound, or even a CT scan. All in all, new technology can help us find and solve problems. You know what to do? We will remind you. The internet can be a fun place, but stay safe.
Don't forget to be nice to people on the internet. Be careful, stay safe. So, stay safe on the internet.
Be careful what you post.
So don't spend all your time on the internet because you know there's dangers out there for you. Stay safe!
So a massive thanks to YouTube Kids for supporting the projects this year and for featuring all of these videos, so many of them on their app, and many of the videos couldn't have even happened without their help. Remember, you can go and watch your videos safely on the YouTube Kids app.
Yeah, it's a really fun and engaging way to view other people's content. And I don't know about you, Simon, but I've really enjoyed seeing the films that we made with kids actually on the YouTube Kids app. It's great.
Yeah, you.
And also thanks to Adobe for their support, as many of you in the classroom have used apps such as Adobe Spark or Page to create awesome media all while learning through the LitFilmFest projects. It's a great app to use, really simple, and a really fun way to help your projects come to life. Wow, it's so great to watch all of those again. I don't actually tire from watching those, even though we've helped actually film a lot of them and been to schools around the country to actually film them for YouTube Kids. But actually seeing them all together and doing all of these interviews and working with great teachers and kids, it's such a lovely thing to celebrate, isn't it? All of that together, Si.
Yeah, I think it shows, like you say, not tiring of those. They actually do function as, you know, mindfulness resources. And I think that's something that we always really want to do in our projects, isn't it? That children are actually making a useful outcome. It's not that they're pretending. They are actually creating a meditation which people can then go on to use. And have done, you know, we've seen schools sharing it in assembly, sharing it at home, sharing it between classes, and then teachers sort of re-watching the films at the start of lessons later on, you know, to help children deal with what's going on in their lives. So it's just really nice to see those, the actual purpose of writing be made very clear to children, that, you know, writing always, when we write as adults, there's always a purpose. We don't do it just to practice, or very rarely. And so, yeah, seeing those final products then go on to have a continued use is important for children, isn't it?
And it's also nice to see how easy it is to create a mindfulness video as well. So lots of schools have used the Adobe Spark app that we've been suggesting, but also you can use Adobe Page with it to create a simple meditation, simple set of instructions, and that can be followed at home or in assemblies, like you've been saying as well. As an actual usable mindfulness exercise that they've created in their own literacy lessons. Digital literacy is an actual part of literacy, isn't it? You know, making writing inspiring is really important, and it's really simple to do in the classroom.
Yeah, I think it's really nice as well to sort of that technology side. It's nice to see these being shared on YouTube Kids as well, by the YouTube Kids app. You know, they're seeing the value of mindfulness and meditation being something that's important for young people. It's not just for adults. I think the younger that we can introduce some of these tools and practices, then the more able we'll be as we grow up to deal with difficult emotions and, you know, difficult issues in our lives.
And what good content to share online as well. What a fantastic thing to just do. If we can focus anything on literacy, it should be bettering our children and other people as well. And the writing that's come out from this project has done that and helped others to do that. So it's with a great thanks that, you know, LitFilmFest says thank you to everyone who's been involved this year, our educators, our schools and our children. We've been amazed by how you've taken this project and really run with it to make amazing video and amazing media that do go on to help people understand themselves, reflect and take a breath for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Thanks everyone.